Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd, everyone. As we journey through the mists once again to join the Grey Company, I'd like to welcome back, at least for tonight, one of our old players, Chris, aka the player of dearly departed Ptarmigan, who will be taking over the role of Berez tonight. Chris, would you like a quick catch-up?
Your normal catch up. I did watch a little bit, so should
Excellent.
be
So,
fairly up to speed.
the party has located at least one of the hearts. Well, tracking the heart that they believe it to be with Baba Saga, the legendary and secret mother of hags here in Barovia, the Queen of Hags. Hoping to Slayer, you had a run-in with her back at the Amber Temple when she was trying to resurrect Rahadin, even despite the latter's desires, in a form of an aberration. Thankfully, even with his thanks, you managed to stop her. Unfortunately, it seems to be a roach clone that she was using. And hopefully, this is the real one. After the party got caught by some traps of hers, and after having, unmasked and destroyed all her scarecrows in this area, as well as the gelatin cube, you have a moment to catch your breaths as well. The area still feel like it's roiling with defilement, but you did feel like something changed when the last of the scarecrows was destroyed. You have a feeling you may be able to proceed without being trapped in her glamour. What would the party like to do?
Check out this sword and shield on the ground here.
They are nothing special whatsoever. No, I'm kidding. Indeed. The sword you see that the sword has a broken the blades of the sword is broken. However, the other half is on the shield. Quite literally strapped across it. The shield itself is red in color and has runes along the edge in gold. The religious symbol the skeleton was wearing seems to belong to Helm, a god of vengeance and justice.
Interesting. Pass it over. We have a gander. I'll just identify on it.
As you begin casting your spell, you feel the oppressive air of the area pushing in on you ever deeper on him. You feel a certain aspect of your being as protecting you from the worst elements of it. However, you still need to roll me a caster level check. 10, unfortunately, will not be sufficient.
Do we have proficiency to that?
In caster level checks, I don't believe they get proficiency. Because you were just one short for that one. Alrighty. You feel a little bit more tired on him. Not exhausted, but you do feel like every time you fail one of these, it's like bit of your juices.
I'll try.
That was ritually casted, right?
Yep.
Right. Looking at the skies above, you guys see that it is starting to get quite a bit darker. Even through the mists.
Well, do we want to hold up here or continue our pursuit?
Go look around. Kind of like, how's everyone looking health-wise? Like, how many people are bloodied and such?
Earth is pretty beat up.
It's because almost bloodied. For what that's worth.
Priscilla is a little banged up, but not too bad. Well, if we can do something about Fisk, I'd feel a little more confident continuing. We could rest up. Part of me wants to just burn the charges down and continue along around those woods, the worst things could get. I don't know. I'm gonna pull out the hilt of the Sunblade. And kind of like jingle, jingle, jingle. Yeah, wake up.
I literally am incapable of sleeping. You don't have to rattle me around like that.
Rise
Says
and shine.
Sergei's
That's all I wanted to
shade
say.
somewhat testily.
Mhm.
I was
Well-
a prince, you know.
And I did live with my family, but things changed. So, well, I was also 6 foot, but that's another deal. So are you able to sense anything yourself in these woods?
He closes his eyes. I sense my camera got disconnected.
I was gonna say that's peak version. I was like, oh, he closed his eyes. I can't see him. So it was like,
Sergei-
why can't I see?
Sergei closes his eyes and opens them again. This whole area. He shudders. Vile. But to the north of us, I can feel a great tragedy. Where are we? Sorry, where are we?
On the map, this was the woods south of us from Valaki, right?
No, this is the swamps that are south of the destroyed village of Berez.
Right, yeah.
You learned that Strahd flooded it. Although I don't think you learned why.
Yeah, well, we're in village south of Berez.
He looks around himself with horror. This is Berez?
We're left of it. This place is unrecognizable. There used to be a town here, in the middle of a swamp.
This was no swamp. It was a river village. One of the lovelier ones.
Oh, this used to be a river. That's not good. Yeah, nothing about this is good though. So, better yet, I think we broke whatever possible spatial influence those scarecrows had over us. So if we can continue, we can continue going north. But so you're like thinking. What do you guys think? Want to rest up and risk getting ambushed by something else, or try to go into you know who without without doing anything else for the moment?
Well, the injuries should be dealt with in full before we proceed. We don't know what we're getting ourselves. Well, we do, but we don't. And I'll pick up the sword that's lying on the ground.
It's a fairly comfortable short sword, shame about the blade. Although it's kind of weird how it's strapped to the shield like that. Maybe it broke off, and the person figured that they're gonna repair it later.
Anybody look at the shield?
Yes, I tried to identify it, but this shroud that hangs upon this place makes it difficult for spellcasters to exist. Everything
Oh.
we cast makes sleepy.
Good thing I suck with magic. All right. I mean, I could try a blind attunement, but
Well, why don't we just take it with us and look at it later?
yeah, probably best. I'm just hoping it doesn't, come in handy sooner than later, but it's a risk we're gonna have to take.
Hey,
All right.
what is
Ferris
that?
will pick up the shield just to carry it.
Still, like you kind of feel like the mental poke. That sword and shield. They are font of divine magic. Both of them are. I may not be able to tell you what they can do exactly, but I can tell you that at least. Vatican. Goddamn, I keep forgetting to do the Vat.
I mean, if it's divine magic, I feel a little more inclined in trying to do the blind attunement. Well, I mean, there's all types of gods, so when you say divine, do you feel like it's more on the, good aligned end of things?
The symbol that you get. The symbol is readily identifiable as one of the more well-known gods, that of Helm. A god of vengeance and justice. So usually identified with one of more positive gods, although also leaning into the neutralness a little bit, because, vengeance.
Anyone want dibs?
Does anybody even use a shield?
I mean, I do. I already have a sword, but here's my guess is if it's a sword and shield thing, then they might be 2-in-1 attunement. And if I get the benefits of shield, the sword might come with it. If not, then, I still have, Sergei with us. I'm gonna try the shield.
Would Berez as an Eldritch Knight be able to use one? I have no clue really on Eldritch Knights.
He has proficiency in shields.
Yeah, you should have proficiency with those shields. That's right.
Okay, all right, yeah, because Varus would express. I'm sure he would express an interest as well. Yeah, he's proficient in shields. Because what's his AC? Looks at Vasilla, goes flip a coin for it.
Heads or tails?
All right, heads.
All right, let's flip it.
All right, how the hell do you flip in here?
/R1D2.
Call heads as one before I do it, so I can't just claim it. Lucky, and he hands it to you.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Right. So who's taking the shield?
Vasilla. She'll
So,
actually give
do
the
you have enough-
sword to Berez, though, just in case.
You do kind of get the impression that they're meant to be like a pair there because the way the blade is. But if you try to attune to the shield, you kind of feel like
It's pulling the blade, anyways.
yeah, like like you kind of feel yourself like you're trying to attune to it, and it's like kind of like please insert disc 2 type shit, but like please insert sword into your other hand.
I'm gonna try a ritual again and try and identify it.
That will succeed. Although, Honorem, after this amount of attempts, the next one will require a Constitution saving throw. I mean, the next failure would, is what I meant. Right. Right. So, these this is Avenger. This is Smasher and Stinger. A sword and shield that was consecrated by the priesthood of Helm. Tunable by good aligned creatures. You can use the short sword will add a 1d6 radiant to your attacks if you are a paladin or cleric. Otherwise, it is a +1 short sword. As a bonus action, you can attach the and while you're holding both the sword and the shield, you have a +1 extra to AC over what the shield provides. The next thing that does is if you attach the short sword back to its blade, the shield will now act as a maul, delivering 1d12 plus 1d6 radiant if you are a paladin. Otherwise, it is a +1 maul. However, let me see. Undead. Let me see. Once per short rest, when fighting undead or fiends, if they are hit by it, you can call out to Helm. Striking them with the maul will move them 15 feet in any direction that you wish, including upwards. When you score a critical hit or a Paladin Smite, this feature is refreshed.
So for the first combination, it was. So what do you do with the short sword to the shield? That it was like a +1 AC. You remind me.
Hold the +1 to AC. You're not a paladin, so you don't get the extra radiant damage, but you do. It is a +1 short sword, and you'll get a nice +3 to AC if you're holding the shield and the sword at the same time. Combining them together, you lose the AC, but you get a sick ass maul that you can basically like DMC combo.
So if I'm doing
around.
if I'm doing normal sword and board, it's +3 AC.
And the maul is +2. Yes, the +2. The maul is +2.
Maul's +2 AC. Sword and board's +3.
No, the maul is +2 like as a weapon. It's a +2 maul.
Well, you're saying okay, but like the sword and board, get instead of the shield being +2.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's all. I would have to be using the sword though, right?
Yes.
Fuck. Maybe I put the sunblade in my mouth. And I like sword and board has like a Zora.
Zora.
Zora and board. Yeah. So she like gets the information. Oh, Helm. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, genius. It's one of the few guys I actually do know about. How can you not? My business. Oh, well. Good news. Very good aligned justice vengeance stuff. If it is cursed, we'll find out. I doubt it. She's gonna like just try out the maze combination. Yeah. All right, basic weapon. All right, cool.
It feels like the way it's like the maul moves through the air. Like in your hand, it feels pretty light for a maul, but it makes like it's weird because it swings with like weight, like it weighs like you're swinging around. You're feeling like you're swinging around a horse.
Like the inertia is massive.
Yeah.
Huh. I get some mileage. It's like a mall, like 2d6
Mm-hmm.
plus 2 mall. I kind of like that. You know, I might actually use this. This is cool.
Thank you.
Well, that's it. Doesn't have any like additional stuff where I can cast extra spells, but it's probably for the best seeing what we are.
No, yeah, there are, but I didn't bother because you're not a paladin or a cleric.
I would have to be one of those.
I don't think we have any in the party at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. She scratches her head and kind of holds up the sun sword again in her other hand. Hey, Sergey, there's some magic in here I can't tap into. Since you're like probably the most divine being here in all Barovia right now, could you tweak some stuff around?
What exactly? He blinks at you and shrugs with a sorrowful smile. I can, although I will say I feel very naked here.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna feel naked for a little longer. We're gonna have to rest up before we do anything. I'd rather take the chance that nothing happens to us in the next hour and be a little more refreshed.
If you say so. He is clearly uncomfortable here, but he's keeping up like a strong appearance. Be that as it may, this is good. A place of great evil is exactly where a sword of the Morning Lord belongs.
The sword and shield of hell. Well, I guess they could start talking to us. But yeah, well, let's rest
I
up.
can't tell you that there's no soul trapped inside like myself.
A little lonely, but I mean that's good for less things trapped here against their will, I guess.
Consider this short rest while we've been sitting here.
So, let's see. When is it? One moment. As you guys attempt to begin a short rest, like as kind of like sit down and relax, and as you guys are talking, just roll this friendly little die roller. You hear an angry buzzing coming from the direction of these swamps. Sorry, from the direction of from the northern direction. You see several clouds of stinging insect and flies heading right towards you, and I need everybody to roll me initiative, please.
There it is.
That's been a while.
Did we get the short rest in?
If you guys kill these quickly enough, then you'll be able to complete a short rest.
All right, bet. About to burn one of my 9th level spells on this shit just so we can lay down.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay.
As soon as they're within Berez's range, he's going to start taking shots He's not even,
Now is not the time to get crunk, Berez. Damn it.
Yeah. He takes a shot and then starts shooting his arrows. Oh man. Yeah. Let me roll for Scylla. Hey,
Damn.
that's damn. Thankfully I got the maul out, so I'm gonna try that. So let me get a.
We're having a combo and honor him
Yeah,
just
I'll say that you
disappears
were
on her ass.
practicing.
What?
Hmm.
What was that?
I'll say you were practicing with it. Did you attune to it? Did you have a spot to attune to it? Yes, you did. I think you said you did.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you do.
Oh yeah, Fisk.
Right. Yeah, let me roll for Fisk. Right. Lower the volume on this just a wee bit. Ooh, 19. Honor him, you up.
As we're sitting around talking about this sword and shield, and so I was playing with my ears, kind of perk and turn and see these things coming at us. Indominoi, a small ball of fire attempts to form in my hands.
Alright. Let's see that caster check. Nicely done, that's a pass.
It's good. And the ball of fire streaks from my hands and explodes. Right there. That should encompass.
Could you hold the ball? It hits all of them, right?
Yep.
Like, this is a swamp, so no danger of conflagrations, I don't think. Let me remind myself how swarms work for... Right, I think... Okay, that was the right choice. Okay. Dexterity saving throws. See, these are the hag swarms, but that doesn't really give them all that much. Wow. Okay, 18, 15, and 19. No, 12, because they're rolling with disadvantage. On the big explosion of spells like this. Alright, so I think that would be... What's your DC?
19.
19? Alright, no, they all fail. 33, hey?
Yep.
Alright. Alright. That did quite a lot. Essentially putting them all on bloodiness. You fry and crackle and pop of the swarms like fills the air, and you can smell the smell of toasted insects.
Fisk, get him.
This is
Alright.
T-posing at the moment. Oh wait, he's back. Never mind. Sorry.
Yep.
He's not T-posing. I
Um,
was about to suggest we go on break.
I will. I think follow suit. Just give me 1 second.
No problem.
No, I think I'm just going to hit this one with a Sacred Flame.
Which one would that
DC
be, sorry?
middle one here, closest one.
Middle one here.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Dexterity saving throw coming out.
Yep.
That is a... that is a 7. Okay. 15 radiant damage.
And then let's see. Bonus action. We had a short rest before this, or not yet?
No. No, the
Okay.
short rest essentially was interrupted.
Okay. Then I will still burn a key point to patient defense, and that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Yeah, now we're in my area, which is I get advantage. How do I put this to the back? Alright. Alright, so the both of you are going to be stung a whole friggin' bunch.
It'd be disadvantage. That's a straight roll for Fisk.
Yes, sir. Luckily, this swarm is at half strength, so this would be halved. So let's see. So this would be halved. So just oh god damn it. Oh, it's doing the thing of moving everything to whispers. I don't know why. Oh, I know why actually. Either way, I think an 18 would miss you, Fisk. Actually, sorry. Yeah, an 18 would miss you, Fisk, but I think a 25 would hit Vasilla, right?
Hey, what will hit Vasilla?
25.
A 25.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Alright, in that case, that's gonna be... Wow, you're lucky. All the all the ones are rolled at the front, so, like, only the first ones, because they're at half health. So that's gonna be 4 plus 3, that's 7, plus 3. So that's 10 poison, so that's 10 damage, that's 10 piercing and poison damage for Fisk and Vasilla. Actually, no, none for Fisk, but Vasilla, you take 10 piercing and poison.
10 piercing
Right.
and 10 poison, or is it 10 total?
As
10
Fisk
total.
crossed out.
He dead.
What? I didn't cross him out.
Dead.
Right. They don't get a second attack. Vasilla, you're up. Actually,
Alright.
shit, I'm so sorry, guys. I misunderstood. This is the other one. This is the bloodied one. That's not. My apologies, Vasilla. Please take, let's see, 16 plus 7 poison damage instead. That's 16 stinging and 7 poison. It's this one that's bloodied, not the one that just attacked you. But it is now your turn.
Yeah, that fucking hurts, buddy. Action.
Yes, it does.
I'm
And
gonna use-
wait, hold on. Sorry, because my brain was still thinking, oh, this is the bloodied one. This one gets a second attack, so 28. Straight roll, I think, still hits Fisk, so just there it is. Stupid asshole 20. Sorry, boys. Here it is. 21 plus 8, and now it's your turn, Priscilla.
All right. Hunter sense. I want to. Where is it? Come here. Action. Damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities on these things.
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. How many do you get? Did I just tell you all of them? How does that work?
Yeah, it's an analyze thing.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
yeah.
Well, they're resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, so they're resistant to all physical damage, essentially.
Magical or non-magical resistances?
It just says that all of it. It doesn't specify, which means it's all physical damage.
Okay.
And then they're immune to charm, fight, and grapple, paralyzed, petrify, prone, restrained, and stun. Yeah. They do get disadvantage on area of effect saving throws.
That makes sense. So I know that the resistance to magical shit, but my lightsaber still does decent damage. Okay. I don't want to get more banged up because Fisk is, bloodied. So I'm actually gonna drop them all. I was fully intending on just start to pancake thwack these guys with. Pull out the Sun Sword and action surge swing 3 times. Wait, I have a bonus action. I'm gonna Slayer's Prey. These guys is my bonus action. So
I'm going to say that's. I don't know.
Drop-
This might be
drop-
foolish of me, but this is a swarm.
what for what? I'm saying because my original idea was to like pancake them, but if they had just have resistance, even to magical stuff, I'm saying screw it. So I'm pulling out the Sun Sword and using that instead.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I think I'm.
Yeah, no,
what you were going
I'm
for.
just
Go ahead.
elaborating.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna swing 3 times.
Go for it.
All right. With the Slayer's are these considered monstrosities at all, or no? I'll ask when I hit.
They are considered insects.
I don't think there's an insect creature
Tiny
type.
beast.
So just a beast. Okay,
They're a
gotcha.
beast.
Gotcha. All right. So many damage macros because I hit like a fucking truck. All right, come here, you little shits. It's a 15 hit.
15. That'll hit.
Thank God. 7. Yep, that's correct. 17 radiant second swing. I'll hit
Hits.
2. 15 radiant. And last but not least, 16. How's it looking so far with just those 2 hits?
16 hits. 6. You might want to hit it one last time.
Alright, max die rolls. Oh my god, that was cool.
And that last one does it as the. It makes a sound like mosquito thing, like goes as you swing your, like. They're basically they're being fried by the radiance of it. Alright.
That's true.
Swarm of flies.
I just saw Vasila slapping herself with the Sun Sword in the side. Smack, smack, smack.
Basically, she's kind of like moving it inside the swarm, and it's just like a bug's eye, like zzz, just crackling.
Of course.
Alright. Varys, this swarm, Daniel double checks that this one is the bloodied one. So he doesn't have to Vasily again. So this is to public. Yes, it is. Stings. So you only take the. I don't know why it still shows to GM. I don't know why it's still stuck on that. But 21 on Varys, I think, will hit. However, 1, 2, 1, 3. So that's 3 plus 3. That's 6 plus 2. That is 8 damage total to Varys.
Okay, thank you.
That is
Yeah, I don't
this
think he
one's
has
turn.
anything really for that.
I believe so. And let me see. Sorry, my beautiful little friends. This swarm is also about to come to you. This swarm is not bloodied yet, so same Versic, same as first. I think that your dodge thing is still in effect, right, Fisk? Yes, it is. It's until your next turn. So it stings. That is a 13, so I don't think it'll hit either of you at all. However, a 28 on... No, 24 Fisk and a 28 for Vasilla. How does that look? I forget what your thing is, Fisk.
Shield. So no.
So no damage to you, Fisk, as they like... But to you, Vasilla, that is 28 points. As the wasps are like... Right, yeah. And Varys is up.
Varys just kind of, his bow just falls to his side in his hand like, oh, god damn it. And he will right into this swarm around him, pushing him off, away from. He's gonna thunder wave.
Okay.
Very nice.
This is an AoE, so you have to have disadvantage on that. And that's a con save, so... Let's see, I don't think the con of a bunch of wasps is very good.
Drop like flies.
Oh, well, they have a +0. That is an 18. No, it's a natural 1 because of disadvantage on AoEs. Right, roll me some damage, please.
Alright, I think that's it, but still, oh god damn it.
And they get pushed 10 feet.
5?
But
Oh,
yeah, they'll get pushed away from me anyway.
Right. Bloop. 10 feet, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That's 5 feet to get off you, and then another 5 to be moved over here. That's it. Here-ish. There we go.
All right. And he's gonna get back to here, and you see him kind of doing the same motions. And he's like, "Get out of the way!" And he's gonna be ready to do it when his turn rolls around again, unless he thinks of something different to do.
I mean, if we're right about to
I don't know.
short rest, an action surge will literally do it again.
Will a cantrip though, or not a
Here's the
cantrip
thing.
spell?
Action
You used
surge
his
is
action
one of
surge
the
last time, I think.
So
like
what?
before this. Oh, okay. If you use it before
Yeah.
this, I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
action
he
surge
was
is
pretty
one of
low
the-
on.
Yeah. The rulings on spellcasting is weird. It's the idea that if you cast a leveled spell as a bonus action, you can only use your action to cast a cantrip, and vice versa. But I had to pull it up. It's the idea that action surge is one of the few ways to bypass.
Oh yeah, no. If he had it, it would be ideal. He doesn't. He's tapped out right now.
He's tapped out.
Varys is
Okay,
pretty
all right,
tapped.
all right,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, all right.
Because yeah, he's a speed build.
Next turn, King.
Yeah, so yeah, I figured that much out.
And he's tapped out. Varys, as you run back, you see that there's still flames licking the palm of my hand there. And I take a finger and I flick one of these little remnants of flame towards the wounded swarm. It's going to be a firebolt. Okay, so succeeds.
No slew? As soon as I threaten you with a con save, you decide to succeed every single one. Thanks so. Good going, Kev.
14.
Never mind. That's a natural one, man.
Oh, 14.
It's not a skill check. It's not a skill check. I'm so sorry. Does you cast like you know like when you run and like you think you won, you think at the end and you like the tension kind of goes out of you, and then you realize, oh fuck, there was more to do. That's kind of what happens.
Wait. That 14 was damage.
No, that was my roll to hit.
The 14? The nat 1 on the 14?
Yes.
That was damage.
He has a plus 13.
That was his to hit roll and a nat 1. That's insane.
Okay, I thought the 21 was to hit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, it was to cast a spell. No worries, no worries. If you'll recall, it's a fucky wucky to cast spells here.
I'm with you. Never mind.
Anyways,
Disregard me. Never mind.
no. Well, we can't disregard you because it's your turn.
Oh, well, how about that? All right. Then I am going to come out of my defensive stance. And now that they are nice and close, I'm going to get really personal with them. 1, 2. With the spear and just start sawing into them.
Yeah, those will both hit. However, as noted, they do heavily resist physical damage.
And I will burn a key point to do 2 more.
Certainly.
8 and 12 if those hit.
It does do hit. That this swarm is suddenly bloody now.
All right, good.
My
That end. Come on. Let's see. I think I'm gonna. I want to swing around to here. So I'm not leaving its range, but I'm stepping out of it.
I know it's a swarm of flies, but the stat block is swarm of wasps, so whatever. Priscilla, you're up. Priscilla? Mav? Where for art thou, Maverick? He's here, he can see us. Mav.
Hey. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. All right. Swarm still in front of me.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Let's do this shit. Lightsaber. 21.
Well, it's not in front of you, it's on top of you. Yeah.
Yeah. 17.
Oh, Sailor's prey.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, and I could on bonus action I can designate a different creature. So second attack.
Ah,
Is a 14 still hit?
it's a natural one. Natural ones always fail when their attack rolls. It's skill checks that they don't and saves that they don't naturally fail.
Well, if I nat 20.
Automatically fail.
Oh, what if I did though? That's
Oh no. Got too cocky.
Yeah,
The
I'm
last
just
one.
swinging. That is 13. So total as and it's dead. Yay!
One swarm left.
All right. I guess bring it. That's the end of my turn.
The swarm speaks in thousands. The way, not truly, but it's almost like the little voices, the wings, the rubbing of chitin against each other says is enough to make the approximation of words. This place, children. Mother is busy and does not wish to receive guests. But if you wish to be devoured alive by my insects, if you wish to serve my son in death, then keep on resisting. Keep on in your foolish invasion and die at my hands. To accentuate its point, it will go for the most. Let me see. Who is the most? You. Honor him. Storm is at half HP, so you only take the first for fucking damn it. It's 25, so that is 3 plus 1 plus 4. That is 8 plus. Ooh, that's not good. 8 plus 8, that's 16 total.
What's it doing?
It's stunned you. The wasps.
Oh, there's no roll. That's why I wondered.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know. I turned off the whisper mode, but it's still stuck. But it's still rolling to whisper, so I'm not. Wasn't sure why. I was going to try to on the break to see if I can fuck around with the settings and see if it's something in there.
Alright, so it's 25 then, you're saying?
16. 25 to hit and 16 to damage.
Alright.
Try to set it to never whisper orders. Let's see if that works. Alright, that is its turn. Varys, you're up.
Barris turns and looks at you, and he goes, honor him. And he starts going through the motions of like he's going to cast a spell. He's like, get ready to get cold. Of course, he leaned away. Kevin. Did you hear me at all?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, boom. He targets the swarm right around honor him.
Alright, roll it.
It's what, 3d8?
So what you need to do is you'll need to make an intelligence saving throw. Sorry, intelligence check, and then make the rear fast attack roll.
Berez? Okay. Intelligence check.
I don't think it would be a save, but I think a 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No. No, it's quite a lie. Oh yeah, wow, I forgot how high Berez's intelligence is. I think for a
Yeah.
cantrip this should be fine.
So roll damage or no?
Scarecrow is on another hand, so it's good. Yeah. So you
Oh,
need to
okay.
now you need to attempt to roll to hit. Yeah, so now you need to make the attack roll.
Now the attack roll. Thank you. All right. Shit.
Now the attack roll.
All righty. Rusty. Oh, nice job,
That's
Berez.
it. Yeah, indeed.
Is that the, did it roll 3d8?
No, much smaller.
Oh wait, that's Ray.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
That's 3d8, 2, 2, and 6.
Did it do the
And
damage right
which brings
because
us
it was
to
a level?
Yeah. No, I'm
Oh, okay. I
looking
wasn't sure
at
if it
it.
rolled
It's a good
3d8.
attack.
Okay. Yeah, it did. All right. Sorry.
You're good, you're
Okay,
good.
cool. So yeah,
Oh,
it's,
Honor, go ahead.
Is it dead?
It is
Oh.
not.
Oh, okay, it's
The
right.
remains of the swarm are buzzing on around you. They're trying to crawl under your robes.
All right, I missed your step.
You need to roll me that spell check there. You succeed on that spell check there. There's like an outline. There's like a honorary-shaped outline of bees.
I failed the next one, so I do nothing.
Why? You do a con save, please. Right. Honorim, you take. Let me see. What spell were you going to cast?
Firebolt, cantrip.
You take. Let me see. Succeeded, so you take. Just 5 psychic damage.
That's it.
Fisk, you're up.
You dokey. I'm going to run up and lay into this thing. Nope. That first one doesn't hit.
He does not.
This isn't doing
There's only
much.
about like 70 wasps left. Maybe it's not. No, maybe 17 wasps left. Yeah, 17.
Right.
Do you have any other attacks on you?
I do. I'll burn a key point. Need 2 more.
Right. With that splash, splash, we managed to slam dunk some of the wasps into a tree. And that took 3 rounds. So with that, you guys get to finish your short rest, and I think with that we will also take our own short rest. 10 minutes sound okay? Alrighty, gentlemen. As you finish your short rest, itching and hurt. The itches and hurts from the wasp's stings ameliorated somewhat by the cure wound spell in your rest. It is now dark. You feel a chill I speak for a living. A chill goes down your spines as a ghostly chuckle weaves its way through the cold, damp air. You know the direction the flies came from, and you remember the last direction where you got a reading on him, to the north. Anything else the party does before proceeding into the heart of Berez?
I think, as much as I can, just gonna be like Nightcrawler through the swamp. It's just gonna use the shadow, and rather than try and trudge through it.
Alright. I'd like some survival checks from the party as you guys make it through the last leg into the actual heart of Berez itself.
Fucking easy. Oh. Oh.
Alright. Varys and Fisk and Vasella, you guys managed to clear your way through. But Varys and Honorim, as you guys trudge through the treacherous mud, Honorim, you, both of you start feeling, sorry, Varys, you start feeling like weaker and weaker and weaker, and you're not sure why, and you realize, and you like feel something kind of slapping against the inside of your pants, and you kind of like reach under your armor, peel it up to see, and you feel like this slimy little bodies. You realize that your legs are covered in leeches that have been drinking your blood. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. Very nice. You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you'll be taking 1 point of bleeding damage every minute until you get any magical healing. Or at least until somebody gets a DC 15 medicine check. Although, if they fail, after that, you can't attempt that again until at least 2 more minutes have passed. Honor him. As for you, you slip into slide on something that's been hidden under the mud. I'd like you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please. Ooh, that's a 9. And you take 15 points of piercing damage as you fall into a shallow pit trap that spears into your leg and foot. As you pull your foot up, the mud practically takes your boot off. Your foot is bleeding and covered in mud. Some healing might be nice. I think if he has any charges remaining, then Varys might want to use some charges from his Morning Star.
Yeah, it wasn't sure if it was time
The
for us to
Herb
act
Sun.
yet. So, all right. So yeah, it's am I next to honor him?
Yeah, you
All
are
right,
basically
yeah, I mean,
traveling
yeah.
together.
Yeah, I is the terrain like this picture? There are high spots.
Yeah, essentially, like there's some high spots, but it's
Yeah,
mostly
I mean,
like
yeah,
swampy
I
and
gotta just kind of
muddy
drag
and
him to the highest spot that I can, and as soon as I can, we're just, we'll limp up into the spot, and I just drop trowel. Whatever this thing is hanging off me, I'm like, get it the fuck off me, and I'm gonna try and rip it off.
it's leeches. It's like a
Yeah.
little like they're wriggly little leeches.
Scream like a little girl and start
Medicine
trying to
checks.
flail at this thing.
Ah! It's weird.
Yeah, get it off me. Do I need to roll anything or?
Like, who wants to try a medicine check, boys? Alright. Through the application of fire and very careful claws, managed to pry the leeches off of him with minimal difficulty. You would know not to squeeze them so that they don't like throw up any infected blood in him. So he does not have to make any Constitution saves versus infections. I would say with that medicine check that Fisk would deliver, you would also realize Honor him was also bleeding, and he would like patch him up and clean him up as what's available to hand, and
Is his entry for healing the I don't know where his role would be to use the healing thing on his mace.
It's 2d4 if memory goes.
I think it's a D6.
I've got a 2d6 entry under his actions.
Yep.
I'm assuming that's
Might
it.
be that then.
Okay.
Then
All
I was
right.
wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, one on myself for 5, one on honor him for 9. Good. All right, and let me drop those charges down. Is that the heir of the sun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and that recharges on a short rest?
On a long rest at dawn, I believe.
Okay, all right. No, I can only do it once. I'm going to do it to honor him, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right. So yeah, honor him for 9, and I'll just suck it up.
Thank you. Thank you, Berez. You're being awfully generous this evening. I like this version of you.
All right. So, let's see now.
As Fisk is ahead, as he's kind of like bamfing from high spot to little branch on a tree down to the ground, just kind of keeping ahead of the party. I want to keep a lookout and listen for anything that is out of the ordinary.
Certainly, please, if you could give me a perception check.
Is that a pass?
That is indeed a pass. Let me see. As you guys begin to approach the heart of Berez, you can see the trail the trail basically hugs the river for about a mile or so. As you guys travel, the dirt, the marsh, and swampland is starting to hang heavy, and the breathing becomes difficult. You guys can see small buildings are actually like small wounds actually standing out of the water, even just a bit. You can see like these cottages with black mildew just dripping off the walls. The roofs mostly cave in. They're like hunkering in the mire like old rotting turtles that died in the mud. Everywhere you look, like these buzzing of flies and other insects are darting about, hungry for your blood. So, kind of like, really definitely want to try not to attract their attention or breathe too hard. The fog is a bit lighter here, where it almost seems like in the center there's a bit less of those flies. Thanks to that perception check, you can hear the sound of someone breathing raggedly, coming from the north, like.
I'll hold up a hand to the party. Hold up a finger. One person. And point. And I'll just kind of gesture to everybody. Quiet approach. I'm going to kind of creep along the shadows and get close to it, silent.
Creeping along the shadow, a horrific sight greets your eyes. You see that two cottages and various trees that have still remained standing, sort of like on the edge of what would be this town, are skeletons seemingly, hanged up through their breasts, their hands, each thigh, and their throat. Sorry, not their throat. Their chest. I'd say your medicine score is high enough to tell you that something might be wrong here, Honorim, once you come to see that. You see that there must be like dozens of these around here, and you see that they have very different stages of decay, for the most part. Although some of these skeletons must be very old. You see that towards the more inner sections, like kind of closer to the outermost edges, as if this was the most recent one. You see a woman naked, her black hair ragged and disheveled, as if somebody tore clutches off of it. She's covered in scratches and insect stings, and in fact, like centipedes, cockroaches, and mosquitoes and gnats are crawling over her bare skin. She seems delirious and barely aware of what's going on.
Do I recognize her?
You do not. However, she does have the black hair and seemingly the black eyes of a Barovian. Of a Barovian. She seems to be in her mid-30s or in her early 40s. Hard to tell under all the insects. She does not notice you.
That is where the breathing is coming from?
Yes, she is the source of the ragged breathing.
Okay. I'm gonna scan the rest of it. I want to, other than the skeletons, anything moving, anything shifting, looking at water,
Aside
movement.
from the insects, no. Aside from the insects, no. The movement of the water is slow and languid. Um, after all, it's a swamp. Um, there's you can see drawing like in the there's actually you're the 29 deeper in the city, like kind of moving. There's some massive shape that kind of moves in the fog between the trees and the broken buildings, about maybe 200 feet away from you, or so. It's too far into the fog and darkness for you to really make out. You're really only aware of it because you can see some movement, like some massive patch of darkness is moving through it.
Like
Not towards you.
like
Just
person sized or building size? Like how what?
no. Bigger than building size. It's like you like for a moment like it. What's your dark vision range there? Like 90 feet, 120.
It's 60 feet, but I think with perceptive,
You have
you
special.
know, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say with your special eyes, like like you're at least able to see some kind of movement. You'd wager this thing is, gosh, what would be equivalent? Um, it's the size of like a maybe a two or three. It's like about the size of a three-story buildings, and it reminds you of a spider in its movement, like. Although not in its shape, which you can't really tell because.
Yeah, it's just this. So, my ears twitch back as I hear the rest of the group kind of coming up behind me, and I'll point out the woman, and I'll point out the moving shape in the distance. We cannot make it out.
Most of you can't tell what he's. Yeah, most of you can't even see that.
We cannot make it out. Very large. Strange movement.
And I point to the woman.
Do not know if she is friend or foe. To them. We cannot see any other enemies.
I'm going to move quietly in the direction of where the shape is moving. That I'm going to ask Fisk and just kind of post up and just gradually, I don't want to get too far from everybody, but I want to be on that side, but where I'm still visible to everybody.
Just to make sure clear, you're not moving closer. You're moving like in a direction, kind of perpendicular. Is it correct?
I'm just like I'm between the party and the shape as far as direction goes, but not very far.
Like passing the woman.
Is she in the way? Is it like a line? Are they the
She's
same
like-
direction?
She's kind of like like near, just outside of the last buildings of the village.
Gotcha. So we would, yeah.
So
So, it would
she's
be
kind of
basically
like
like
at
a straight
the-
line between her and then on to whatever's moving around that Fisk pointed at anyway.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, exactly. So essentially, like you'd be at the edge there. Like she's basically at the edge there. So I'm asking essentially like you're moving past the edge of
Yeah,
the village.
as he's getting exposed, he's going to move closer to her and just kind of eyeball, see if he can see anything. Looking for traps.
As you move closer to her, you see that she weakly raises her head. You see that her eyes are crawling with maggots, and they're like they're like pokemarks, and you can see stuff like moving beneath her skin. And it occurs to you that no human being should be able to live through this kind of abuse.
This isn't natural. And I,
Who's there? Actually, no, she'll speak in Barovian, but I'd say you guys have been in Barovia to probably recognize the words "who's there."
I look at everybody go,
If this is another torment, just kill me already. She swears. Although, I guess you guys won't understand that. I could have sworn one of you had a thing to understand these languages. Never mind.
Barovian, he did make a note
She's
about.
speaking in Barovian.
Okay.
Quasin, ikul idaisha psychedelena. She tries to do some, like she makes a strange movement, but she can't complete it. And now that you're close enough to see her, you see that only one thing has been like left to her, almost in a mocking gesture, is a raven feather stuck behind, that's been stuck into the flesh of her ear.
Physical whisper to the to Vasilla and honor him.
We will return.
And he just kind of dissipates into shadow again. And I'm going to shadow walk around and flank the village to try and get a closer look at what the hell this huge shape in the distance is. I don't want to get too close to the village. I just want to get closer to the shape if I can.
Are you trying to do this stealthily?
So,
Stealth check then, in that case, please. Oh, 26, right there. You can see as you around the edges of the village, leaping from one shadow to the next. As you pop out of the last shadow, you look around yourself and no longer see movement. As you attempt to flex your eyes, flex your eyes. What the fuck of it? As you
Fix your
anyways,
eyes.
as you attempt to focus, you realize the reason why is because this thing is stopped moving and seems to be bearing over you. A massive hut that seems to be walking around on tree roots, like spider legs thrusting from the mire. In front of the skull, in front of the hut, there's an upside down floating skull. It is massive. It must have been that of a giant in life.
say that again? Above the hut?
It must have been that of a... Yeah, in front of the hut there's a massive upside down giant skull. There are two iron cages dangling like hideous ornaments from the eaves. In one of them, scores of dead ravens are trapped. In the other is what seems to be like literally stuffed in there, as many as they could fit, is about 5 people, all dead and rotting. In each of them, you can see you can see raven feathers that have been stuck in various locations, almost mockingly.
Okay.
From inside, you can hear a soft, motherly lullaby.
Okay. The second I hear that, I am going to start making my way back to the group. Shadow walking through.
As you're moving through the village, you do see that, around the edges of the former village, another building that kind of draws your attention is what seems to have been once a large mansion that was built on a bit of a higher ground. It kind of stands out to you as a place that you guys could like maybe reinforce or like use as a, like a bit of a hideout for the moment at least. There's an untamed garden in the south of it, and to the east there's like wooden fence, and what seems to be several goats. The goats don't seem to be, like it seems to be the only area that seems to be clear of gnats and insects and the wetness that's everywhere else. You can see a blue shadow, a ghostly figure at the front, seeming to be watching over the goats. The ghost watching the goats.
Okay. With all of that information, I will kind of half come out of the shadow near Varus enough for him to hear. I'll just do a purr and catch his attention. And he just sees the green eyes fall back into shadow and go back to the rest of the group. Once everybody's back, Fisk is going to hold his hand up and use minor illusion to create a small figure of the thing, the building, on legs.
Spell check, please.
Mm-hmm. You guys just see this very light bluish purple building on top of tree roots, as detailed as possible. There's a little mini figurine of this thing.
This is what we see. We do not know what it is.
Then the illusion changes, and there are small buildings around. Buildings that I saw of the village as I was going around, and I point to the one that I saw.
This building is different from the others. Perhaps a safer place than the others. There's also a spirit who watches over the animals here.
Animals. What kind of animals live in a place like this?
Only goats.
Goats.
Is the sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I believe she is in the walking building. We heard a voice. Singing.
Ghost or big walking thing? I vote ghost.
Ghost. She like holds up her arm as like I can deal with that. Big walking thing, scary, but I don't know. Everything in here sucks. But I think a ghost might be a little in our mileage.
Agreed. A place of respite in a place such as this may be a welcome change. Is there a route that we can get there safely? That
Did not break the barrier of the village. We do not know.
we're
You
destined
just
to
on
find
best you
out?
can.
We can lead them closest to it.
What about her? Point to the girl or the woman on the stake.
Guys, are you guys speaking close to her? By the way, it didn't occur to me to check.
No,
Did you guys
like,
move away from her?
Yeah, so I imagine that
Yeah, I'd gone up by
group
myself.
is kind of
kinda.
where they were when they first saw this woman from a distance. Definitely out of earshot.
Yeah, I would have backed up when Fisk, grabbed my attention, which is why he did.
Okay, so you guys moved out of earshot. Okay, you guys.
Yeah,
moved
just
out
kind of back
earshot.
away, talking quietly.
Understood.
We do plan
Okay,
every
let's
once
use
in a
the-
while, DM.
Go for it. I love it.
What about her? I can't just leave her.
What are your thoughts? Yes.
This is kind of out of Berez's field of expertise, so I'm not sure what he would say.
But like I could step in for that, and he'll shrug and say, "Listen, I come from a family of monster hunters. There's a fucked up doppelganger after me trying to ruin my life. And apparently, gods, I hope it's just a trick, but killed my dad already. But the whole reason I even came here to Barovia was to kill monsters. One that was so big and so bad that I could outdo everybody in my family. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to kill Strahd. I don't know if anyone will ever will. But goddamn if I'm not here to kill monsters and that there ain't a monster. I wanna kill it. And he'll his bow. I'm not sure why I did that. It just felt right.
Vasile's gonna like nod. Damn, I need the shame. I do this as a job, but I guess I gotta have some pride somewhere. All right, she's also gonna rack the sunblade like a shotgun.
You slice all your fingers off because it is made of radiant energy. Okay. He basically
It wouldn't
lights
hurt me. I do the sword thing,
like
sword
it's
though,
like, "Ah!"
but it's just pass it through because Sergey's cool.
He's like, you can't touch me there, I'm married. No, I'm kidding, he doesn't say that. I do not imply that I'm joking. No.
Get it? Because like a sword. Get it, guys?
Shut
How
up!
far-
Shut
Get
up!
it?
Shut up!
How far was the walking hut of doom from the um mansion?
It was kind of stalking towards like the around the outer end, but for the time being, it is not there. It was maybe. Let me just double check where it was hunting. Maybe 130 feet, maybe 120, 130 feet or so. And then the closest that it ambled to it was about 60 feet. So the ghost was kind of like looking up at it nervously, but not in shock or surprise, as if it was, something that it knows is around the area.
Okay, so I have one last question. The spirit, uh, given Fisk's propensity, did it seem hostile?
That's a hard question to answer because it's not like it saw you to show you. It's standing there watching the goats. I guess like if you want, from the looks of it, it seems to have once been of an elvish persuasion,
I mean,
judging by
I
the shape
guess
of the ears at least.
when I make an insight check to its behaviors, like as it looks at this thing walking by, can I gauge its reaction?
Oh yeah, certainly. Go ahead and give me an insight
Its
check.
reaction to its surroundings. Does it?
Yeah. It's hard to say, but it doesn't seem happy. It doesn't seem happy, but you didn't read any aggression in its movements. It was more
Okay.
dejected than anything.
And this ghost was near the mansion, or was it somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was near the mansion. Yeah.
Okay.
What it reminds you of is kind of like a predator animal, kind of stalking. It's like kind of like walking in circles around its territory or something.
Um.
It wasn't like walking in circles around the whole village, just kind of like the outer edges a little bit. Occasionally darting into the forest for a moment before coming back.
We try to make it to the mansion. Perhaps we can watch it from there. If we can get in quietly. Observe it. The creature's movements.
Let's move.
I will this time cast. Now, I don't know if this is different, but kind of it's a at will thing. I don't have to use certain types of things for it. It's just part of my monk thing. Mess without a trace.
Before you guys proceed, I will. Fair enough. Before you guys proceed, I will warn you guys that it is dark right now, and I don't think that. Actually, Honorim, that's a good question. Do you have dark vision through some means? I forget.
Was I?
Yeah, through my eye. Was it 60 feet?
Right. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, with that, we'll take a 5-minute break. I'd like to just put
Real quick, when are we
Mrs.
ending
and
tonight?
little man to bed.
Real
At 10.
quick, Dan. I was gonna say if we're ending at like 10-ish, or are we gonna go a little later?
Yeah.
Because if we're going a little later,
10,
then
10.
I
I
might.
said 10.
Okay. All right.
Hello?
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just
It's a
double
10.
checking.
I know. It's just that it was like a headphone issue earlier, so I wasn't sure if you could hear me or not. I just want to tuck him to bed, because if she falls asleep on the couch, she's gonna get a back pain later. So, give me 5, boys. We'll be right back. Crystolomew, are you? Oh, there he is. Oh wait. Ladies and gentlemen. So, now that you guys all have passed without a trace on, courtesy of Fisk, oh, this is a key ability, right, Fisk? This is the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll allow it. For this purpose, I'll allow it. Yeah. Alright, guys. Stealth checks. We'll say the DC is a bit high, because you guys do have dark vision, but it is still like fog.
Oh boy, stealth time.
Oh, but you guys have a +10, so you know.
Yeah.
Although I think for Varys that would be with disadvantage because he's wearing the plate mail, I think.
Wearing plate mail?
No.
What? What plate mail?
Isn't he? Who's wearing the
Yeah,
plate mail?
yeah.
From,
No,
Iconquest?
Oh,
Varys is wearing the plate mail. That's right.
Okay. I'll just roll it again then.
Yes.
World's first plate mail archer build.
That's 35, 29, 29, 33, 18.
Vasilla, Varys offered it to you and you declined it, so he got stuck with it and he wasn't going to leave it
true.
behind.
It's fine. No, like I want to see you wear it. It's good. Like
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Alright, I'll place you guys in the like sort of south end of the village, in sort of like this zoomed in area. So the way this works is a bit like a world map, like where like each of these little areas, essentially like you have like these little points of interest, and they'll kind of like be zoomed in. So you guys are over here, and let's say for example, it's just a bit brighter, just so the player themselves can see what the hell is going on. There we go. Alright, so next to you over here is a decomposing structure that seemed to have once been a church of some kind. Over here is a completely rotten structure that you have no idea what could have been. This is the nicest, but it's basically the most still standing structure in the village, although the second floor has completely collapsed, and most of the first floor has as well. Only some of the walls are still standing. There's a wild grown garden. Over the tree here, several bodies hang. Four bodies hang. It seems to be a woman and 3 men. At least 3 humanoids. It's the way the bugs and insects are crawling over them, it's really hard to tell what race they might have been. And you guys passed the woman without helping her, leaving a bit of a bad taste in your mouths. Rugged breathing and occasional moans of pain can still be heard. Right now, the creeping hut is like skulking through the shadows in a sort of more like it kind of passes every 20 minutes on the edges here. Sometimes it stands still for a few seconds, then continues. Sometimes it changes direction in the middle to go back the way it came. Sometimes it starts walking a little bit into the village before walking back. All around you, the buzzing of insects can be heard. However, thanks to the pass without a trace, they don't seem to be detecting you. So you guys are spared the stings and bites for now.
Okay.
It seems that in the northern edge, there's also a graveyard of some description. And in the eastern edge, it's mostly cottages that are half swallowed by the mud.
Far away from that mansion. Said this
The
ghost
mansion is
was
where the
near it.
goats are.
The mansion is where the goats are.
You guys,
Oh, okay.
This is the mansion.
Okay. All right.
what would you guys like to do?
Point to the goats. Well, there are your goats. You weren't lying.
Sneak past him? Is there like a line of travel we could take? Does it look like? You know, like going from cottage to cottage, tree to tree, or whatever?
Past the goats?
To get into the door of the mansion.
The goats don't strike you as a threat. Although, if you truly wish to avoid them, I mean, you could try to sneak around through the river edge of the village, essentially like where it was more flooded, so you could kind of around the back through the ruined cottages and the area of the flooding. The western side of the village is a bit higher, so it's not quite as flooded.
I mean, if we're gonna try sneaking, now's as good a time. We got this stuff on us from Fisk.
Try to look in the mansion before we all go in.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna listen in. I want to do a perception check just to see if there's any ambience in the area, or like sounds of possibly other stuff moving around. I know Fist did recon, but it's like we got jumped pretty quickly by those bees. So I'll do one just to check our rear. Where is it?
Oh, wait.
And I'm listening for the hut walking around. If it's near us, I don't want to move. I want to move when it's away from us.
If you move only when it's away from you completely, that's fine. However, be aware
I
that
mean, we'd be moving every 20 minutes.
yeah, which your spell would run out. Let's see, in the cycle, you maybe cast it like towards the end there. So, yeah, I would say that you have about 8 minutes or so. These dimensions.
And does this ghost seem to have noticed us at all? Because we're not really that far away from it.
I don't think so. It's more concerned with this, with its duty from the looks of it. But I mean, like, you guys are under the effects of Pass Without a Trace, so if you guys stop stealthing, one of you might want to get its attention. Yeah. On closer look, it seems to be wearing the clothes of a nobleman, or at least the remains of the clothes of a nobleman, and must have been an elf of some sort in life, most likely a dusk elf.
An elf. All right. I'm an elf. You ready to back me up? Or I can pop off at range. So I just kind of step out. I'm quiet till about this guy as I can be till there, and then I just start walking normally to this tree. But not being quiet. You're not being loud, but just, and just seeing if it notices me just walking.
Well, if you essentially, like, you're trying to be noticed, so it does.
Yeah, I'm not
turns
like,
around.
banging cymbals or anything.
Yeah. It it turns around with a horrified look on its face, and you guys can see, like, there's like 50 human skulls, like, just everywhere on the fences there. And he'll say, and as you pass by the mansion, you can see, like, it's like stone and rotting timber. There's broken walls everywhere. See, his entrails are like hanging out like frayed ropes. His face has been mutilated horribly. Like, with a cringe, as he says, "Why do you invade this land? This dark place is not for your kind. Begone, I beseech you, begone, before she notices."
Hearing that, Zisk is going to kind of, like a dark shadow, kind of floods across the ground and then becomes Fisk. And Meredith's voice comes from Fisk. But with Fisk's overtone.
Be still. We will not be here long. We need safe passage. We hope to destroy it. We hope to destroy her.
He looks in fear at the tree where those 4 bodies hang. Following his gaze, you look too, only to realize it's you and your party, hanging there, naked and flea-bitten, bellies distended with maggots and other crawling insects. He shakes his head. You speak madness. She knows you're here. Begone. I have seen enough death and suffering. She has her servants here too. A whole pack of the wretched things.
Not here.
Leader is with them in the hut. If they fall upon you, you'll be torn to shreds. And he'll hold out his guts, his trailing guts to you as a way to emphasize his point.
Do not have much time. If we cannot stay here for long, where can we stay for but a moment?
Away from the swamps, away from the darkness, away from Berez.
We cannot leave.
This whole place is a rotten nest.
We know this. This is why we are here. She is why we are here.
He positively goggles at you. You like you told him you're intending to eat the moon with a spoon. Why?
In what way he can.
If it is safe places you seek, then you are in the wrong place. There is no safety to be had in Berez. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to crawl and seek succor. The gods turned their eyes away from this place. The day we slayed Marina. The day Strahd, the hero, avenged his love. When he shed his disguise and flooded this place.
Need a place to watch, then. Observe. Look for a weakness, if we can find one.
There we go.
He raises his arms as if to say, that he has no idea, but he says, no such place exists, and my mansion has been long before after since it's accepted guests, but you are welcome to wait within and do there as you see fit. Safety or hiding place, it is not, but it is as good as any other, I suppose. And at least it is drier inside than out.
I'll kind of step out of the shadows. Although he probably sees me anyway. I appreciate your generosity. People call me Honorum. Who do I have the pleasure of addressing?
He turns his head, confused, and you are cursed. There is death inside you, waiting, hungry. He blinks. I I am Laszlo Ulrich Daskelf, and once Burgomaster of Berez, murderer and fool that I am.
What happened here?
He looks to the innumerable skulls that look at the fences and the goats who are just munching away. Like a couple of them kind of like raise their heads to look at you guys, but they're not concerned. Like go back to munch the grass. A long time ago, beyond my remembrance, a woman was born here, lived here. Her name was Marina. A nobleman from Valaki came to call upon her. Stealing her from her betrothed. She became realized, feasted upon by vampires. Well, twice a vampires fed on her. We realized from the legends that it would be only Strahd von Serovich, the lord of this land. With the help of Brother Gregory, we killed Marina to save her soul from damnation before she could fully become a vampire. Enraged, Strahd shed his disguise and slew us horribly. He then cursed us, the whole village, to pay for our mistake. Swelled the river, flooded the village, forcing the residents to drown in a bubble of water. The marsh captain. And later, the hut showed up with Babali Saga. She bade me watch her goats. Using her powers, I could not refuse. She promised she would break Strahd's view of me. And she did, but now it is under her purview that I am. She is vicious and powerful. Even now you are breathing in her poisons. I am sure of it.
The horrible morose tale.
You guys hear like the hut kind of like coming in like deeper into the village and then kind of like turning into the direction of the goats, or like
Inside.
the hut moves back into the mists in the forest.
Oh.
Come inside, we can chat further.
I cannot. This is as far as I can go. She knows you're here. She'll punish me. I will be punished. Gods, Night Mother, Morning Lord. Kazamazats, Abesal, any who would listen. Raven Queen, He seems to be growing more and more agitated in fear of this upcoming punishment.
Those are her goats. You tend her goats.
Distracted by the question, he nods. Yes, the goats. I watch over them. My presence keeps the mosquitoes, gnats, and biters away.
Where does she keep them?
Why does she keep them? Was that the question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Milk, blood, conversation. Occasionally when a new one is born, she will sacrifice it. She's insane. I hear her sing a lullaby to her child, but I've never heard crying, speaking from the sound of a babe from inside. Never. But I heard her speak to the child by the name of Strad. As if... Sorry, hold on. Never mind. Sorry. He says, never mind. I do hear sometimes a child answer her when she calls his name. Astad. Perhaps she speaks to the Lord of the Land inside, but what the nature of the relationship is, I could not begin to imagine. You guys hear it like in the distance. As it like kind of splotches deeper into the mud.
Peace. We will not be long.
And Jessica's gonna go into the building.
If you know what's good for you, you should leave Berez.
Zahaviel's voice simply says.
Listen to her.
Zahaviel's voice simply says, "We cannot leave."
Not until we've dealt with the midwife.
And Fisk is going to look for the highest point in the building where he can. I know that the second floor is like ruined, but if he can get up on there and look out as kind of a lookout.
Give me an athletics check real quick. Just, I know you have a climbing speed, just to kind of like...
I mean, I could bamf up there
not
too.
athletics, acrobatics. No. Fucking Night Stalker ass bastard. Sure. As you bamf up there, you kind of like, I'd say your passive acrobatics is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's not that high, but it's high enough to kind of see like the area where it was standing before, and you can see like where it leaves like those. Have you ever played Half-Life 2, Adam?
No, I've not.
God damn it! Really? You should. It's really good.
Dude,
anyways,
I
like you can
just
see, like...
got around to playing Skyrim. Okay, so like.
Fair enough. You can see like where like it's the roots kind of like the root tips kind of skewered deep into like the ground, and how the mud kind of and water kind of like slowly sloshing with a wet sucking noise in there. It looks pretty deep. And like in fact, as you look, you see like some stones from the road, like, and a cloud like as part of a small cottage, like it's kind of sucked in there.
So while the rest of the party is down below, talking and trying to figure out what our next move is, Fisk is just going to kind of settle down, paw over paw, and just watch this thing as it moves around the village, looking for
Occasionally you
patterns.
see the giant skull. Occasionally you see the giant skull rotate, Adam, Fisk, meet your eyes, holding your gaze before like turning back around.
So it knows I'm here. That's
It's-
fine. I'm watching its behavior to see if there's a pattern to it. I want to catch as much of that as I can and see if there are particular spots in the village that it's stopping more than others. That kind of thing.
Give me a. I'd say an insight check. I think would that be? Does that sound like it would be fair? Insight. Perception, maybe. 19. 19's enough. Yeah, you do think that there is a bit of a thing there, although it is not like a perfect pattern and is fairly erratic. It does seem to be occasionally paying some attention to an area in the marsh about 50 feet out, as if to make sure, you know, something is there.
Northeast,
Perhaps.
southwest.
Occasionally, wait, see, west, like kind of past where you guys are, but more often than that, like now that you guys are no longer there, almost in a taunting gesture, maybe it goes like back to where you guys were standing with that woman. It stays there for a long time, maybe 5 minutes, 7 minutes comparatively, almost as if enjoying the pain of that woman there. There is what else? Yeah, you can also see like the ruined church from across the village. There are also some standing stones that you realize you can see from where you are. Sort of like in the center of the village. It was kind of hidden by the tree and some of the rotting cottages.
It looked like this
The
thing
standing
is
stones have
connected.
been knocked over for the most part, but yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Does it look like this thing, the hut itself is connected to this particular village? Like it's a building that was from this village?
It's with the advanced rot of all the other building, that would be basically impossible to tell.
Can't tell. Okay.
You don't think so?
Right.
It seems the hut itself actually seems really nice and comfortable. Like, you know, it's like the kind of hut like a nice old grandma would live in. You know, there's a little patch of grass. You're fairly sure like a couple of times you even heard the cluck of chickens in there. But as it passes and as you kind of like been spying on it, you can hear like a gruff, growling sound. Kind of. You can't quite
From the
make out what
house.
it says though, and the pleasant like voice coming through. Never mind, you're fucking Fisk. Actually, go ahead and give me a perception check. You should let me and the pack just tear into them. They've been running around long enough. And I've been dying to meet this Vasella girl. Apparently she gave me your all the way just to meet me. All in good time, dear. Please, you need to finish your tea. You're still a growing boy after all. You... Oh, shh, it's okay, babe, darling, it's okay. Don't worry about the scary, silly man. Mother loves you, and Mother will take care of each and every one of them. That is what mothers do. Isn't that right, Fisk? Fisk, give me an acrobatics check, because you feel like some of the bricks beneath you shift, like almost like someone pushed or knocked a few of them from under you.
So, okay. For the rest of the party, very strange thing happens as Fisk gets an idea. As he's hearing this, when Babe Lysaga starts speaking, he starts speaking out loud in Meredith's voice, relaying everything that she's saying. And then this other person, Von Richten, speaks. So the party hears this conversation in the hut out loud as Fisk is hearing it.
That's so fucking cool. What the fuck? That's awesome.
As you continue to do that, she starts speaking in a language you don't recognize, Fisk. And Meredith, I'm going to roll an Arcana check
Data
for
not
Meredith,
found.
actually. That is a really good 14 plus 6, that's 20. Meredith immediately shuts up and stops doing that. And then you hear there's like a whoop, and all the sound from the hut stops coming except like the stomping, as if some kind of spell was made to make it so you can't hear. Meredith will tell you she was starting to cast a spell, and I think she was going to try to make me cast it through you. I recognized it and stopped. She knows you're
shit.
Needless to say, she knew you were listening.
Oh, that's equally as cool. She's gonna cast a spell through the... What the fuck? Oh. Am I fucking...
15 acrobatics.
But yeah, Vasila, you heard what Fisk relayed, and also Fisk, you're like... You're perfectly fine. Roll the 4 and it's perfectly fine if I can love it. And as the realization of what this means, Vasila, and as Fisk's pass without a trace begins to run out, and the swarms of the flies begin to approach the mansion, we will end tonight's Curse of Strahd here.
This is a double whammy.